The latest storm to blow through San Diego left us to deal with damaged roads, homes, and uprooted trees across the county. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Marcella Lee. This morning, we saw 2 more downed trees, representative of the dozens that have come down over the past several days. You might be worried about a tree right outside your window, maybe near your home or your car. We are working for you to find solutions. CBS 8's Shannon Handy joins us live now from Pacific Beach. It's a real concern, Shannon.
It definitely is. I have large trees by my house that I often worry about, especially after what we've seen with these storms. I'm here on Fortuna and Ingram, and this is where a large tree here behind me came crashing down and actually snapped power poles in this area, left thousands without power. And you can see what's left of that tree, a tree stump. You can see the root system. Now, I reached out to some experts today, and an arborist with the city of San Diego tells me that since Saturday, they've gotten about 90 calls about fallen trees, and that does not include all of the other fallen trees throughout the county.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Was sleeping in the middle of the night, heard a big crash, looked out the window, saw a couple trees knocked down.
This was the scene on Fortuna Drive in Pacific Beach after a massive tree toppled over, snapping power lines. In Bonita, our cameras captured this eucalyptus tree as parts of it began to fall. In South Crest, a palm tree crashed into a home, displacing several people inside. And just this morning in El Cajon, a tree uprooted in someone's backyard. The root cause, the ground is too saturated from so much rain.
Our crews have been working basically over 24 hours a day this whole entire weekend.
Brian Widener is the City of San Diego forester. I reached out wanting to know more about the aftermath of all these storms. Since Saturday, he says they've received over 90 requests from the public regarding fallen trees. It's a huge undertaking, but I wanted to know what can be done to prevent those trees from falling in the first place. He said pruning is key.
And for example, last year, the city trimmed or pruned over 40,000 street trees for proactive maintenance.
But what if a tree you're concerned about is on private property? Brian recommends calling a certified arborist to come out and evaluate. So I called Ted Safford, an arborist with Certified Arbor Care. I asked him what he looks for when doing a tree risk assessment.
The structure of the tree, what are the branch angle attachments, and we like to see wider angles of attachments rather than V attachments.
As Brian suggested, Ted told me pruning is important because it allows wind to go through a tree as opposed to having resistance, which can often cause a tree to fall. In addition to pruning, he says proper root zone care is also critical.
Aerating the root zone, proper irrigation, mulching, fertilization to encourage the roots to be healthy. The healthier the roots are, the more they grow, the more they hold the tree in place.
And back out here live, Ted says he sees all types of fallen trees, but the most popular is probably the eucalyptus tree. He says that the best way, if a tree is on city property, to let the city know is through the Cities Get It Done app. Of course, again, if it's on private property, call a private arborist. And I should mention, by the way, Marcella, that of all the trees that have fallen throughout the city and county, we're told none resulted in any injuries or death. So that's the good news in this situation.
Everyone very fortunate. Hopefully a lot of people indoors and not in the path of those trees. But the ground is so saturated, there could still be risks. I know Carlene's telling us we might see more rain. So both of those experts you spoke with mentioned that pruning is essential. How much does that cost? How often do homeowners need to look out for that to be done?
Well, it varies depending on the size of the tree, of course, but Ted said anywhere between every 2 to 5 years. And when I asked about the cost, he said, again, it varies, and it's a large variation, but those larger trees could cost upwards of $2,000.
But compared to the damage they could cause, perhaps not so great of an investment. Not too large of an investment, I guess is what I mean. So great tips there. Thanks so much for sharing, Shannon. I know a lot of people concerned about those trees with this ground being so saturated. Don't forget, here at CBS 8, we are working for you. If there's something you'd like us to look into, email us at workingforyou@cbs8.com.